Face. Oh, let's go. Face. Yeah. Face. Oh, let's go. Come on. Yeah. You know what time it is. Grab your camera phones and your device. Kick off your shoes and grab yourself some popcorn, baby. Cause the Easy Show is online Monday through Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern, baby. Grab your camera phones and your device. Kick off your shoes, grab yourself some popcorn, baby. Cause the Easy Show is online, so come chill with us. We sure gon' have a good time, baby. We got the vibe. Welcome to my room. Yes, I'm blind. Saturday live. East Coast time. Yeah. We on the rise. Choose. Enjoy the ride. What we can do is motivate minds. Like Motivation Monday. All up on your life. I make you try. Thinking and climb. Like waste of time. We get the Wednesday where we can ride to new way. Yeah. What's going on? Welcome back to our new episode of your show, my show, the Peasy Show. It's your boy, the Blind MC, and we back again with a whole new episode for you, man. I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in with us. And I just want y'all to do me a solid. Share this love out, share this live. Let everybody know that we inside and tell them to tap in and tell us why you want to celebrate Juneteenth or why you think that we should. Um, I'm all ears to hear anything that you want to say because today is a talk about a Tuesday, so that's how we doing it today. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to be a part of the conversation, here's what you got to do. I'm about to leave you with the comment clip so that you guys can join in on that tip and leave me a tap, leave me a little conversation. I want to hear from you. I want to talk to you guys because this is definitely an important situation. I feel like we are on the eve of this holiday, and I'm noticing how people are opting in or opting out of celebrating this situation. So I just feel some type of way. So maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just tweaking. Maybe I'm tripping. But I do feel like it's a very significant holiday. We should be very much acknowledging what this holiday means, and along with the other things, because I feel like there's a lot going around this situation that people just refuse to dip into. And for me, man, like I was just having a conversation earlier today about this situation. Juneteenth to me means a lot. Signifies a very significant time in my history as a black man, my history as black people on this country's land, and really just overall, man, because when you look at the fact that 1619 sets the precedent for a time period that took over 200 years to get to the moment that we recognize for tomorrow's nuptial
commemorations. And to know that we took just recently over the last 3 years time to actually acknowledge this holiday to the point where we have made it a national holiday, acknowledging why is this such a hard transition for our businesses, corporations. And I mean, you would think that, people would be a little more happier to understanding that they have a extra day off work. I mean, there's a lot of people that still feel like, oh, this is a, slap in the face to other Americans and all of this other stuff. So I mean, you tell me what you think and why you think we should be celebrating Juneteenth, because I feel like Juneteenth is a very significant holiday. We take time to acknowledge all of the different cultures that take place in this country. The Irish holiday, the French holidays, uh, not every holiday, but we do signify the ones that are most significant to this country. And as individuals who are considered, although not acknowledged as citizens, we deserve our own space too. And at the end of the day, um, I never really appreciated the fact that we were given one of the shortest days in the months of the year to celebrate Black history. And it is significantly known that history for Black people extends way beyond the time that they tell it. So, just saying, when we talk about these sort of things, we are talking about history in itself. Um, at least I feel like that because the significance of how closely knit our connecting parts are to history, how we are still kindred spirits in this travel of life around this world. I don't think many people understand that significant value. And, if it weren't for the Black, the people of color, any colored race, certain things would not be the way they are. And just knowing that in any aspect of the situation, had we have not been so mischievous and evil at the time when, you know, this colony of country that we now call the United States was formed, I believe that we would have had a way better outcome, more advanced even. But for what it's worth, we start to notice that in so many ways, sex, guns, and violence, something I heard earlier today when I was checking a clip it of uh, Indisputable with Dr. Rashad Ritchie, it was just basically acknowledging the fact of our most primal desires as American citizens. And I say that as American citizens is because not many countries outside of this country actually live like this or live like we do. We are one of a few, one of the significant few. And for me, it's very baffling to the mind when we go through this whole dynamic, you know what I'm saying? Because in all reality, for this holiday to have such a significant strength in not only just the Black communities, but enough so that we should have acknowledged this situation. We should have acknowledged the gripes of the Black communities and found ways to uh, better mediate us. You know what I mean? And as a people, and not so much as suppress us from things that they felt we were going to gain the upper hand and turn the tables on and all this other stuff. What's sad about this whole thing about it is given that we've gone and looked at all of the terrible things that the historic European people who came to this country did to black people, did to Native Americans, it wouldn't be far fetched to believe that. But at the same time, we are so far forward from that that all the other situations that have come about and are much more pressing supersede the whole sight of racism. But what we notice is that we seem to have a impasse in this space because it is there where we start to notice that the most racist people come out of their fucking woodworks. And they always are the ones that happen to have some serious level of power. And that power is used and wielded in a way that condemns black people and their partners or their counterparts, I should say. And it's just terrible. It's like I live in this country. When I first grew up, I didn't know anything about it. I heard about certain things, racism, Martin Luther King and why he marched, why excuse me, people like, you know, uh, Malcolm X was so important, pivotal people, Marcus Garvey, you know, uh, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, you know what I mean? All of these significant black figures at one point that really took things to a level where they are to this day, those of them that are still walking amongst us are really seriously still trying to fight this fight. And it's crazy because if you look at the fact that since Reconstruction, and this is in the late 1800s, you know, this should have been a time where we were looking at the future and what we know to be the future now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when we had an opportunity to make a complete 360 for all of the things that was going on and try to fix what we had wrong, what we had done wrong. I noticed that the white people thought that that wasn't okay. It's right. You know, most others still expressed great disgust that black people had civil small liberties, although you know, not being a flagrant farmhand that gets raped and murdered at will, you know, became more or less a thing that they were like, oh well, we can't, since we can't do this, we'll make up some laws, or we'll tell them that they can't do this or they can't do that. And if they can't, then that gives us a reason to execute. Because it's, if we can't have you, no one can, right? At least that's how I feel about the whole situation. When you look at the fact that there were several groups of white men that would go round the town, lynching, beating brutally, and assaulting sexually and other ways black people. And this would be for some of the ridiculous reasons. I'm sorry. And this is coming from a black man who's dating white women. I have dated a white woman. I have children with white women. That doesn't make this situation okay. We live in a world now where, depending on who you are, you might be marked for death. And that's terrible when you look at the fact that as a black man or even a black woman in this country, you're not safe. I swear to God, if you actually stood for anything, you would acknowledge the disparities that are literally lynching this black community of people that you have kept here after all that you put them through. And I still find it very fascinating that there are people that feel like black people are entitled, or they feel like they have gotten spoiled or something. I don't get this. The opportunity for equal representation as well as opportunity presented itself at a certain time after the fact of thousands or more people had died and literally fought, bled, and got murdered behind these civil liberties that we still celebrate today and we take for granted. I will say that because I notice, and I'm not a person who doesn't pay attention to both sides of the court. Black people have gotten lazy at the idea that they are deserving of these things, and they don't seem like they don't see the thought of them having to fight for these things anymore. Because it's 2024, we got a black president, we ain't got to fight no more like that. No, that's where you're wrong. The problem we see, we need to call out. And to sit silently or to sit back and think that we have another option at this point, we're sadly mistaken. And I'm saying this because of the simple fact that as a black man who has acknowledged where our boundaries are, our barriers are, I believe that we need more unity within the black communities like we had back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Because at least then, even under the distress that we were under, we knew what values we had with each other. And it was not that we were looking after each other for survival purposes. We knew where we stood with our people. That's not always true nowadays. And what's killed me the most about all of this that I've seen in the changes of the years from decade to decade, even into the decade starting with my year from the 80s, the transition that I started to see was basically people starting to discharge themselves from the unit of family. There was already a huge separation issue where the government had enforced separations of fathers and mothers in order to indoctrinate the welfare system. And then they wanted to call us lazy and they want to call us welfare queens and all this other stuff. But in all reality, the welfare system was set up for white women. Black people just became more susceptible to the welfare system because of the simple fact that you look at the fact that they were cut off from society and had to be self-sufficient on their own. And even in that case, there were certain situations where owners of their own land and their own properties were lynched and murdered. So there was no generational wealth to build, and it was very hard to take it in at that time. So this is why I say, to know that we have come through a struggle, and honest and truthfully, I feel like this is the thing that we should be, acknowledging in tomorrow's events. The fact that we are still here, our generational numbers have grown, knowing that we have multiplied twice to the number of our former ancestors. You know, it's something to marvel over. We're 13.5%. At one point, we were 1.2. So let's look at that. This country was overrun with a high majority of European white men and women, right? And I mean, we're not trying to get into this to go separating the two, black and white, and all this other stuff. But I'm definitely trying to get you to understand the reasoning behind why this holiday is, specifically something that we should be acknowledging, and particularly something that it helps you to evaluate the situation around you, because until we can put the crack on the solving of racism, and in the simplest form, the best way to solve it is to just stop making these people higher than they are, allowing them to say what they want, do what they want, and continue to treat people
Your video is unable to be monetized
like
because of a music rights match. Only you can see this message.
all of these
Martin
people.
Virginians PV Jr. Your video is unable to be monetized because cellular. 3 of 4 bars. Signal strength. Status bar item. Swipe down with 3 fingers to reveal notifications. Swipe up with
I'm
3
sorry,
fingers to reveal the control center.
I just came out of nowhere with a freaking really bad headache, isn't it? But it's not always easy to acknowledge the flaws in this country, because as American citizens, we like to think of this country as the perfect place, the perfect cesspool, you know. And it's crazy because, like every country that we've seen outside of the US, it is not all peaches and cream. It is not a perfect cesspool, so to speak. It is, in fact, an infestation of negative energies, some of the worst emotions, and people who just have lost all regard for humanity. This is why you see some of the most brutalist things. We have some of the highest ratings in gun murders, gun deaths, and no one seems to bat an eye at that, because all we keep saying is Second Amendment, Second Amendment, Second Amendment. And what kills me now is the fact that we have completely evolved from that. We've evolved from the musket that we used to wear and coat and tote around. It's just crazy. Who calls me while I'm working? I don't know. Say hello to everybody. Say hello to everybody.
I didn't know you were live. When I called, I didn't check the time. I just got done cooking dinner.
No, you good.
No, I was going to ask you about your shutdown at work. I just seen some things on Facebook, so just call me when you're done.
All right, I got you.
All right, love you.
Love you too.
How was it good? Not good. Close page. Button. Close page. New message. Button. Facebook. 3 new items.
Yeah.
Double tap to open.
But yeah, like it's to me one of those situations where you really have to be observant, paying attention to all these different all these different handles and situations, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of this stuff is being dug up from the times of old and pushed into our faces to make us seem as if this is all new. And in more ways than one, I mean, just in some of the things that I've seen in my observation of stuff, like some of this stuff, like you really can go back on it. You like, damn, man, why are they bringing this up? It's like down to the policy that was in that they wrote up in 1864, which is funny. It's an abortion law, and it's just like y'all were really that ridiculous at some points. I mean, and it begs to bring back the reality of the conscious conversation of the Renaissance uh, era when there were stories of women who had been burned alive because everyone in town said, "Oh, she's a witch," because she could tell you when it was gonna rain or something weird, like something stupid like that. That in modern days now we all have the opportunity to be psychic, so to speak. You know what I mean? Um, but it's very strange. It's very strange to know that we, are seeing certain things that happened in a certain time in our history that all of us have moved past, but somehow some of us are still trying to go back to. And honest and truthfully, the thing that kills me the most about this whole thing is the fact that people are so willing to.
Now, bang. There was a thing that said there was an international shutdown nationwide because of the Free Palestine movement. I guess Amazon committed 7.2 billion to Israel. Amazon money and tech contributed to illegal settlement programs and relentless surveillance.
I thought I heard something about that. I remember hearing about that $7 billion thing, and I don't know where I heard it from, but I seen the news clipping about it, so I don't know what the fuck that was about. But just speaking from outside of an NDA perspective, I'm not too happy about the whole situation because I mean, for all the money you just sent over there, how come you couldn't send anything to your employees? You know, you gave us a free day. That's it. I mean, and that's literally not a free day because shutdown started at like 1:30. The system shut down at like 1:30. So from the system shutting down at 1:30, I don't know yet. I don't know what's going on there now, but I know it's been down my whole shift. So I'm only there for 4 hours. The whole time I was there, I did nothing but sit my ass down in a chair, which is highly unlike myself because I'm not used to that. But in any sense of the word, it's like I don't care at this point. I'm free. I'm getting free money. My only big compromise with this whole situation is: did you just send all that money to Israel when you should have sent it to Palestine? Like I completely disagree with where you sent that money to aid Israel, because Israel just got $60 billion. $60 billion for war. For a war that they don't even have to go as hard as they going, but they killing thousands of people for. So I mean, and that's just my personal opinion. I'm not gonna go any further, but we'll speak on this whole situation whenever you feel like coming up with the conversation about it. But at the end of the day, back onto the topic of the day, which is our Juneteenth holiday that's coming up tomorrow. And I really feel like this is going to be another day overlooked by many when we should be acknowledging the significance that takes place in this holiday.
Watch lit now.
Really.
Godfrey comedy. Godfrey is lit. 3 exclamation marks.
We got Godfrey jumping on the live stream tonight. Oh man, what's going on in the world today? But not like it really makes you consider the realities of what's going on, because me personally, I know for a fact that as a human being, I care about other people.
YouTube. Now, the Young Turks.
But I also
Biden makes bold move on immigration. Attachment.
I also want people to see how important the history to know is. Because knowing about the history helps us to know how our future is looking. And there's so many people aiming to take away, you know, they looking to take it away from us. And that's just the thing. I don't understand why. I don't understand why, but I do understand why. I do. As much as I would like to ignore that fact, it's hard to. Hmm. God. But nah, it's just, to me, I feel like we have a lot to look forward to. And it's hard to look forward when you don't know what's behind you or where you've come from. And I've been told you don't know where you're going unless you know where you've been. Regardless of how that sounds, it's very relevant for everyone to understand the simple histories of our country, of our people. You know what I'm saying? Because these simple histories and lessons speak volume as to how people associate themselves today, how people recognize others today. Because regardless of how we like to look at things, there's a lot of there's a lot of people that tend to utilize the negative parts of our history as a significant way of characterizing other people. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. For me, honestly, I just am so done with the fact of trying to understand why the hatred is there, why people feel like they have to have a certain level of control over another person. Why? Why do you feel like you need to manipulate, lie, and feed the narrative with such falsities? Is it because that you cannot succeed any further on your own, or is it because that whenever you attempt to, maximize your power structure, you come to finding yourself underwhelmed? It just makes me wonder. It really does. It's questionable because I'm just like, where did this come from? Yeah, like I really want to know what was it about, what was it going on in that history, in that time, in our time, before our time, that made all of these people treat people like they did. Take black people and use them as crash test dummies slash guinea pig slash whatever testing example you wanted to use in order to create a law and order sense. Because I feel like that's the biggest reason why the black man or woman was used the way they were, because we were the easels they couldn't figure out how to make examples of themselves or outside of themselves. Love this shit. Fucking why is my headphones playing music? Some of the weirdest shit. This shit is literally just doing what the hell it wants us to do. This phone sucks. I'm keeping it buck with you. This phone is terrible. It's the worst piece of crap I ever had. I wish I knew why this shit was doing this, man. It's just like, if it ain't one thing, it's another, bro. Like all of a sudden the phone shut up, the phone shuts off, the earbuds stop running, and then mind you, I was still in the fucking studio when this happened. So how do you shut off the fucking how do you shut off the phone when I was still there? I was still using the phone. I literally just put the phone down to answer the other phone. And within that little bit of time, this shit decided to say, fuck you, Marvin. We're not doing that today. Where's the connection, bro? What are you doing? This shit is absolutely the most annoyingest thing ever. Now, mind you, all it had to do was simply just give me the goddamn earbud back and stop acting like that shit wasn't on or connected. This shit does some of the fucking weirdest shit. It's just like, why, man? Why do we keep going through all of this? Much like the reason why it's a question of why Juneteenth is not acknowledged as such as a significant day. We recognize Memorial Day, we recognize Veterans Day, we recognize Independence Day. You do realize all these days had to do with some kind of memorial for mourning of people being murdered, people being killed for a certain cause. Black people were slaughtered for years, raped, lynched, treated like less than animals for over 200 years. And that was just on a certain part of the life, a certain part of our history. The rest of it goes into 150 years of Jim Crow and other things that just did not make sense for us to have to go through, but because we live in such a primitive space with a bunch of primitive people that thought that this was the only way to fucking acknowledge civil liberties, we got treated like the last week's trash. It's sad. It's very deplorable. But it's literally our life. And honestly, truthfully, I'd like to know what you guys think about it because of the simple fact that we've been through this. And I'm pretty sure all my black brothers and sisters, you've heard the stories. You probably got some family secrets that you have told from family to family, from your family. And you keep passing the song down. But here's the thing, man. Like, when does the bullshit stop? When do we acknowledge that at one point in our history as black people, we had a connection just as strong as the Chinese, the Israelis, the Arabs, the Irish, the Jewish? All of these people we got example from. But we didn't have to utilize that example. We used our own. We had a structure. But what I've realized is black people, we have been dissected and basically picked apart by every single person. And then when it comes to us coming back to ourselves, we find it easier to criticize each other and talk down about each other rather than find a way to lift each other back to the surface, because we all need it. But at some point in time, it's gonna come a time where we're gonna need that. We're gonna need people to start acknowledging it. I wish these motherfuckers would stop doing this to me. It's just stupid. Like, mind you, I literally, deliberately have pushed my show back for an hour. You telling me that after doing all that, I still gotta fucking deal with this shit? Why are they calling me when you know I literally wait the 7 o'clock hour? They were calling me every fucking day at 7 o'clock, 7:30, 7:45. Now all of a sudden here it is 7:40. It's 8:40. And now you want to call me? What happened to that 7:40 call you used to always give me at fucking every day of the week? Now all of a sudden you niggas gotta goddamn keep fucking with me while I'm trying to stream my show. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that. And it's sad. It's really depressing and it pisses me off because everybody seems to think that this is what makes sense. It's literally 15 minutes to 9. And you bitch ass niggas decided you was gonna call me. Why? Why? Of all the goddamn times you could have called me, bro. Like, what the fuck, bro? I hate when people do that shit to me. I'm sorry. But I really do hate when people do that because if you think that that makes sense, then you're sadly freaking mistaken. Because it's absolutely asinine. And it really just irks the hell out of my nerves. But while I calm down, we're going to rock this up.
Dojo. It's peasy. I buy. Yeah, walk in the saloon. I'm fat with that iron. I got 2 revolvers, so smuggling the fumes. Feeling like Billy the Kid, pointing 2 fingers at you. 2 times for the chit chat, 1 time for the respect. Now give me the loot, down for the rhetoric, always competitive. One of the best, I am the meant to be. Don't fuck with poses, I call them hosses. I don't need swine, I'm down for the beat. You niggas shit, you could just call me your predator. Sniper precision, I'm dead and don't make no one better, bruh. You can tell by the tip in the room that your boy finna turn it up. You keep on making me nauseous, I'm out here running with bosses. I leave you caution, you keep jumping in out of them coffins. It'll be why you lost when I'm in the tail. You just keep it real, you chasing the mill. When I'm out here rapping, I'm rapping for thrill. Just trying to build, flex on my skills. Manifest rapping and still keep it real.
So real, it's so real, yeah. Got the skills to pay the bills until they kill me. All the money in me. Not here for validation, I'm here to teach the nation. Woo. Stop contemplating, stop facing, stop hating. Yeah, so I'ma let y'all know. This is flow like snow. Got the glow, take the hoe, get the dough. Got the flow, the boy got the glow. I'm real, I keep it on the real at the old time. Can't stay on my line, cause if you trying to see me die, I don't know why I'm trying to fly. Sky high, my reply, smoke a blunt. Never stunt, fuck these bitches. Make these switches, they pussy haters and fucking ditches. Let's get it. Want that bubble, touch the boy is so committed. Fuck with him or your dome, he quick to split it. Even though that boy done is not religious. Told y'all I'm spiritual, got faith inside of God. I go hard, never no fraud, man, motherfuck these bras. Man, you understand, I'm trying to be the man, cause I got a plan, you know what I'm saying?
Nigga, we desperados. Aha.
com/lip/duck
Yeah, man.
question mark Z equals 8XAMGI 0DRBDM. It's a dog. Swipe up or down to select a custom action. Then double tap Erica. I am completely blind. I don't want that dog. Messages. Music. Double tap to open.
I swear, bro. It's so hard to keep silence in my room. it's just absolutely abstract all the time. It's always some kind of noise. There's never enough silence that I can actually benefit from it. So it's like I'm constantly having to allocate some kind of fucking quiet noise to my space because it's like, damn, man, how many times do I have to keep asking niggas to give me the quiet, give me the silence? Stop forcing me to be so loud. It's so weird. But yeah, like it's a lot. It's a lot to absorb with these days. And as we get through these days right now, we start realizing, you know what I'm saying, we're living in a space where, you know, we're really just trying to keep up with the time. It's a lot going on around us. There's a lot of things happening as American citizens. People are getting caught up in these situations that they don't understand. But tonight, as we sit back and we realize we have the last few minutes of the show left to go with, I'm just gonna tell y'all, man. Like I appreciate y'all for tuning in with us, and anybody that got up to this point. I really appreciate you guys for sticking with us and tuning in. If you have anything you would like to say, please feel free to leave it in the comment section below and let me know. Don't forget, I go live Monday through Fridays at 8 p.m. And if you're interested, I also have another thing I would like to let you know about as well. So check this out. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy, The Blind MC. I'm just hitting you up to let you know I'm sponsored by a new jewelry line for the ladies, Juno Valentino. Tap in with them, junovalentino.com, or you can check it up. Check them out on the social sites. And then don't forget, use my discount code PZ518 and get yourself 20% off on your next purchase. So tap in. It's your boy Peasy. You know it. I bite.
Dipping low, two duelist house on the windpipe. Riding high, beating up your block through the midnight. Gripping like a roller coaster while I'm switching lanes. The white wall.
Man, so I mean, you go check them out. Juno Valentino, they got what you need for the ladies. There's definitely a good brand to tap in with. Get your hands on some of that drip. You dig? Because it's definitely gonna be worth your price. Definitely gonna be worth your price. So make sure you got somebody to hook you up. Because you know what I'm saying? If you got a peasy in your corner, you get that. Got you. Trust me, I got you. I know how to hook it up. And I know I might be blind, but so I'm telling you the same thing. I might be blind, but I can definitely pick out some definitely good jewelry. Really would think you would appreciate what I picked out for you ladies. So let me know what you think, though. Don't feel free. Don't hesitate. Don't be hesitant. Let me know. Please. Let me know. Because it's the only way I'll grow with this whole situation. I would love to have more brands to sponsor for you guys. Something that would, you know what I mean, appeal to every part of your being as a human being. If you love it, let's hear if we can get on it. You know, and at the end of the day, right now, you know, we got a lot going on. Hoping that you guys are tuned in with us for the rest of this time frame. Because up until the release, we're going to be releasing a wave of video clips and movies. But we got live streaming that we're going to be doing, and we're going to be trying to get in touch with you guys about. let you know that we're dropping a new album. Yes, I Am Peasy, the Blind MC is the title for the album. Be on the lookout for that. That's going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks. We're trying to get everything together and take it down before it gets too far ahead and we get no time left. Set this shit up the right way. But again, man, like I said, I appreciate all of you guys for being a part of what we do here on the Peasy Show and tuning in with us and everything, because it's really, really a beautiful thing. I really appreciate everything. I appreciate all of you guys for being here, and I appreciate everybody that takes time to tune in. That was weird. I thought I heard something go off. But nah, like for real, it's a big thing right now with me now. I've been trying to figure out and feel my way out through this whole situation. I'm just having a little bit of hesitancies because I've been going through a lot right now, and all of you guys' support is very much appreciated. It just helps me to continue to stay firm in what I'm doing and make good decisions, make better decisions on how to navigate my career as an artist. You know what I'm saying? And being in the video streaming place, podcasting with you guys every night, it does something for me. It really helps me out, whether mentally or physically. I appreciate you. I really do. So that's our show. I appreciate you guys for being a part of it and having a conversation to sit down with me about it. But please, please, if you have more that you would like to say, don't hesitate. Let me know. Hit me up with it. Let's have this conversation. Let's break into it. Feed me the comment, and I'll talk back with you. So maybe we'll catch up on Talk Back Thursday. But New Wave Music Wednesday is on pause until you can give me some music. All day tonight and tomorrow, I'll be looking for some music. If you don't send me no music, we ain't going live. So that's just it. And one person sending music ain't gonna get me to go live. So just know that no. Know that no. Or know that no. Alright? But peace and love, y'all. I'll check you on the next one. It's Peasy. Bye.
Face. O-E-T. Let's go. Come on. Yeah. You know what time it is. Grab your camera phones and your device. Kick off your shoes and grab yourself some popcorn, baby. Cause the Peasy Show is on live Monday through Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern, baby. Grab
yo. I got no love for them trash ass hoes, but if she a diamond, I serve up a little bit